Welcome to the City of Roswell's Smartphone Photography Crash Course. This course is meant to provide you with a basic comprehension of what to shoot, how to shoot it, and the best way to deliver it to your liaison. Step 1. Decide what and where you are shooting. While this sounds pretty simple, there's a few details to keep in mind. First, pick your location and ensure that it is safe and clean. Keep a keen eye out for things like poison ivy, trash, vehicles, and pedestrians. Next, consider your subject. There are 4 main types. First is the individual. In this case, only one person needs time to get prepared, and less planning tends to be necessary. Group photos entail more possible complications, like schedule coordination, staging, and accommodating for late arrivals. If it's an object, make sure it is in peak condition and properly displayed. Paying attention to small details like cleanliness and staging make a huge difference in the end image. As for landscapes, you have to wait for perfect moments like sunsets and encounters with wildlife. These are commonly shot in a landscape or horizontal format, but first and foremost, you must consider your platform. Let's compare 2 example platforms, Facebook and Instagram. Facebook allows for both landscape, horizontal, and portrait, vertical, oriented photos and video. This allows for a bit more creative freedom than Instagram, which prefers either portrait or square files. As a rule of thumb, try to get the best shots you can in both orientations to cover all of your bases. Step 2. Prepare your equipment. First, wipe your lenses. There's almost always some dirt or smudges. Then, open your preferred camera app. This can be the one that came with your phone or a third-party app, however you feel most comfortable. Let the automatic settings do the work for you. This includes autofocus, auto expose, and auto white balance. This is the default for most apps. Now turn off filters so your liaison can edit from a clean file. Any effects or overlays will be added by them later. Use the regular or default photo modes, and beware of special modes like portrait or professional unless you are already very comfortable using them. Now that your phone is set, you can move on to step 3, finding the right light. First off, avoid using flash. In extremely dark environments, it may be appropriate, but it is generally an uneven way to light. Avoid facing people directly into the sun. Ideally, the sun should be about 45 degrees to your subject's shoulder. In strong daylight, find areas that are in the shade. The best times to shoot people are on overcast days, as well as at sunrise and at sunset. Step 4. Zoom in and out to create new looks. You can take a portrait, for example, and turn it into a group shot with ease. There are usually numbers at the bottom of your screen which you should use to set your zoom. Using these instead of pinching and pulling will give you higher quality shots. Generally, you will zoom in for objects or individuals and zoom out for landscapes or groups. If you are ever in doubt, zoom out and go wider than you think you would need. The extra can always be cropped later. Now that your subjects are framed properly, take a quick look at the background. The first things to look out for are trash and facilities in disrepair. Take a moment to examine the site and clean up before shooting. Thematic backdrops are encouraged, such as workspaces with visible Roswell branding, cool props like city buildings, equipment, and vehicles, scenes of work in progress, as well as Roswell parks and landmarks. Plain backdrops are a good backup choice, such as brick walls, painted walls, areas with art, or even a nice cloudy sky. When you have multiple subjects, you'll probably have to engage in a little crowd control. Make sure everyone knows when you are about to shoot, say it loudly, and ask someone to confirm that all interested parties are in attendance. With everyone now present, give a look for these common issues. First, the removal of unwanted items. This commonly includes food and drink that people forget that they are holding. You should also remind people about worn objects like bags and badges. Try not to miss any stains, lint, or foreign objects. Correcting these issues can help people look and feel better throughout the shoot process. When working with groups, you'll find that getting everyone's attention can be a little tricky. Politely ask for participants to end all conversations and device use. You'll need to speak loudly and clearly so everyone can hear. Some people are harder to reach than others. Not everyone is comfortable being in front of a camera. This should be a fun, voluntary activity, so use good humor to encourage participation. Also, be aware that there may be people that have difficulty standing for long periods or other physical impairments. Finally, be positive, encourage your subjects, and inspire confidence. When people feel good, they look good. With everyone gathered and ready, take a moment to think about how your subjects are staged. Keep a keen eye out for things like blocked faces and gaps. A typical layout puts shorter subjects in front of taller ones. You'll also want to space everyone out evenly, filling in any gaps. People can often become blocked due to their natural movements and those of subjects in front of them. Remind everyone, if they can't see the camera, it can't see you, so they peek around shoulders when necessary. Step 7. More is better when it comes to getting photo and video coverage. Shoot more than you think you need, and try different orientations and angles. This can be as easy as taking a few steps back, raising your camera, or switching its orientation. Step 8. Review. Don't dismiss anyone. Move your subjects or leave the shooting area until you have reviewed your shots thoroughly. Here's some basic things to check for. Is anyone blinking? Is your focus correct? Did anything unexpected enter the shot? Did anyone change position or get blocked? Reshoot if necessary, and get a second opinion if you have any doubts. Step 9. Send materials along promptly. Scan this QR code for a SmugMug folder where you can put your files. Use the Upload button to send along your images. You should bookmark this link for future use. Next, alert your liaison with an email including the shoot title as your subject line. In the body, include pertinent information like correctly spelled names and dates. Feel free to add any other specifics as you see necessary. Finally, some advice as to video. Keep your camera steady, use both hands, and if necessary, support the camera with a stationary object, or if the camera can stand on its own, set it down to shoot. Shoot long takes. Plan your shot to be at least 10 seconds long. Even when the action is over, record a little extra. This extra footage comes in handy when editing. This concludes the City of Roswell's Smartphone Photography Crash Course. We hope this gives you some useful information that you can put into practice the next time you pull out your smartphone. Thank you so much for your participation and we can't wait to see what images you send along.